Hello, friends. My name is CA Tarun Nagpal, and today I'm going to give an overview of a new opportunity which is emerging for research analyst. I understand and I know that in the last few weeks and last few months that we are only stuck in compliance and talking about compliance day in day out, and forgetting about the opportunities which are in front of us. So there was a circular which was published by SEBI on 4th of February, where they have given some guidelines on the algo trading for retail investors. And this is going to be a next big thing for research analysts, the people who are well versed with algo trading, and research analysts who are working in the domain of algo trading. So this is going to be next big opportunity for them. I can understand that being a traditional research player, the compliance burden has increased, but SEBI has given us a new opportunity in terms of algo trading where the compliances are less. And this is going to be the next big area for research analysts in coming months and coming years. So I'm going to talk about this algo trading framework which has been given in 4th of February circular, and how it is going to impact us, and what is the big opportunity which we can see in this algo trading framework. So let's talk about this. I'll walk you through all the key elements of this circular one by one. So first of all, let us understand what algo trading is and what kind of algos that SEBI has allowed us. So SEBI basically has allowed us two types of algos, which is one is called black box algo and another is called white box algo. So now, what are these black box algos and what are these white box algo? Let's understand this a bit, because now coming on to the black box algo, a black box algo is something where the logic or your algorithm or your coding or the logic of the coding is not disclosed to anybody, and it is not replicable. So it's kind of a very exclusive code which you have written, that is called a black box algo. So SEBI has divided algo into two parts. One is black box and another is white box. So black box is where your code or your logic is not disclosed to anybody. You are not going to share that code with anybody. It is not disclosed and it is not replicable, means nobody can copy it. That's what the black box algo means. Now, this is a very, very important algo, because as a black box algo, since it cannot be disclosed, it cannot be replicable. So the exclusive right only remains with research analyst. That's what it is. So if you are a research analyst and you have a black box algo, which means you do not wish to disclose your code to retail investors, or you do not wish anybody to copy this code, and this there is some exclusive strategy that you have developed in that black box algo. In that case, this is only your property, and the exclusivity or exclusive rights only lies with research analysts. In this, basically, there is one key element which SEBI has specified, that if you are doing black box algo, then you need to be a registered research analyst. So black box algo is only applicable or can only be given by a research analyst. If anybody is not going to share their code, anybody is not going to give the code for a copy, then that person has to be registered as a research analyst under SEBI regulations. So this is the exclusive area for research analyst for providing black box algo. Now, once you have that black box algo, what you need to do, you need to prepare a research report of your code. Okay, so that research report is not shareable with anybody. It is just like you give recommendation and you maintain rationale or a research report which is exclusively your property, and you do not share it with the client. Similarly, when you develop your black box algo, BB algo, then this new algo should be supported by a research report. Okay, and you need to get this algo registered with exchange. Now here, exchange has more power than SEBI. So every black box algo that you are going to develop has to be registered with exchange, and you need to maintain a detailed research report as you are doing for your recommendation. Again, I am saying that you are only maintaining the research report according to compliances, but it is not to be shared with the client. So black box is exclusively your property. And if you are making any change, if you are making any a strategy change, or maybe your logic has changed, or any kind of change that you're doing in your black box algo, that again has to registered as a fresh algo, and again a fresh research report has to be maintained. So any time you are doing any kind of iteration in your algo, then you need to register this algo as a fresh algo with the exchange, and you have to maintain a research report. That is the only compliance that you need to follow for black box algo. Now we all understand that, being a research analyst and into traditional research space, now we are already burdened with a lot of compliances in normal recommendation and normal research report. So it might sound that what is new into this. Now black box, I understand there is nothing new into it. You have to follow the same kind of compliance, get your algo registered with exchange, and maintain the research report. Now the next type of algo is white box algo, where the entire differentiation has been created. So white box algo is the next big money opportunity. Now as far as the black box is concerned, you can have this additional service of black box algo along with your traditional research services. But the white box algo is another big opportunity which is coming your way. Here for the white box algo, the best part is that you need not be a research analyst. It is only for the people who are algo provider. And now what is black box? Again, simple logic, that the logic is disclosed to everybody and it is replicable, means anybody can copy it. So once you are doing a black box, then your code is not disclosed to anyone, and your code is not, it cannot be copied. But when you're doing white box, then you are disclosing your logic and it can be copied, so it is available to everyone. So that is why you need not maintain any kind of research report, whereas in black box algo you need to maintain a research report, because that code is exclusive to you. So you have to have a research report ready for it and get that logic registered with your exchange. But in case of white box, it is completely opposite, which means you have to disclose and it can be copied. You cannot do anything about it. That's the only difference. But how this is going to be a big opportunity, I tell you in a while. See, when you are doing white box algo, it means you need not to be registered as a research analyst. That is the key differentiation. And one more differentiation that I'm going to talk about later in the video. But first of the biggest differentiation is that you need not be a research analyst. That means you are completely out of compliances of SEBI regulations. It is as simple as that. So that means anybody who is not a research analyst, means a normal individual, if they have developed any kind of algo, they can register themselves as a algo provider and they can provide white box opportunity, right? Again, it is, it's like a two-way sword, that it could create a very big competition for you, number one, or you can tap it as a research, you can tap it as an opportunity. So anybody who is not finding it very comfortable being a research analyst because of compliances and because of the compliances cost, they can simply move into this white box algo services, and even you will not be regulated by SEBI anymore. You need to only comply with couple of exchange guidelines. That's the only requirement. But as far as white box algo is concerned, you need not be a research analyst. Okay. Now, who can provide white box algo? So these all people can provide white box algos. Number one, any algo provider. It could be an individual, although it is not specified, but any algo provider means anybody who has some kind of algo knowledge and who have developed their models. Another could be any fintech company, and another could be any algo vendor who are specialized in algo services. Okay. So these three type of people can be white box algo provider, and they need not maintain any kind of research. They need not be any They need not register themselves as a research analyst. That's what it is. Now, what are the compliances for a white box algo provider? Now, if you see, so algo provider will have to register themselves not with the SEBI but with the broker. So your point of contact would be broker if you are providing white box algo services. So as a algo provider, you need to empaneled with exchange and get registered or get associated with a broker, and broker will give you the API, and through that API you will be providing your algo services. So tie up with the stockbroker is absolutely mandatory. You cannot avoid it. So this is what it is. Tie up with the stockbroker is mandatory. Now, this is a very interesting point, and this is one of the best point I have seen in white box algo. How I'm just going to talk about in next slide. Now, what would be the relation? So basically, the broker will provide you the AP. You have to register your algo with exchange, and that algo will run through the API of a broker. That is the relationship or the complete ecosystem. So broker, exchange, and you as an algo provider, you have your algo registered with exchange. API provider will be the broker, and your algo will run through the broker API. So that's what it is. And every API or every algo provider will have a unique identifier so that it could be identified as to whose algo is being run on the broker system. So if your algo is is non-compliant with few guidelines that exchange is going to issue, then it can be identified easily. So it would have like a unique identifier. Each and every algo which the broker's API is running, they will have unique identifiers. So these unique identifier again will be provided by stock exchange, right? So that they can identify if there is any compliance miss or not. But as far as the compliance for algo provider are concerned, the only compliance that you need to get your algo registered with exchange, number one. Number two, you need to get yourself empaneled with broker, or you need to get yourself associated with broker. Okay, that's what it is. Now, coming on to the relationship of broker and algo provider. I just wipe this. Now, this is the crucial relationship of stockbroker and algo provider, and in legal terms, your entire burden is on stockbroker. Why? Because the relationship between stockbroker and algo provider will be of that are principal and agent. Stockbroker will be your principal and algo provider is an agent. And in law, it is clearly written that for every action of agent, principal will be liable. So although they would be doing their kind of due diligence, you cannot simply do any kind of fraudulent activity, but still, so any kind of compliance means any kind of customer grievances or investor grievances, everything will be handled by your broker, because he's the principal, he's the main authority. For every mistake that you are making, he will be liable, and obviously as a principal he would be supervising you. So your stockbroker will be the principal, and you will be the agent as a algo provider. Now, so that means since he's a principal, so all the compliance burden will be on broker. So you need not maintain any kind of research report, you need not get yourself registered as a research analyst, right? You are a simple plain normal guy who is a algo provider, right? So broker shall be responsible for all the customer grievances that I have already told you, all the customer related compliances like KYC, etc., etc. They will be responsible. They will be responsible for onboarding and doing all the client side compliances. They will only provide you API, and they will monitor that API that you are not doing any kind of fraudulent or prohibited activities. That is the only thing that you need to make sure, that you are not doing any kind of fraudulent activities, or you are not doing any kind of prohibited activities through that API. That is the only thing that you need to take care in your mind. Rest shall be taken care by brokers. So that is the principal agent relationship, and this is something, kind of a protective environment for you. Being an algo provider, you need not to have any kind of compliances. Simple two things: number one, get your white box algo registered with exchange, and get associated with any broker and provide your algo services through that broker's API, right? So uh, how it will be structured now, what kind of relationship it will have. So exchange, again, exchange will impanel algo providers, so you need to get your algo registered or impaneled with exchange, and you need to associate with broker, so that this three party relationship will create. So broker will be the principal who will supervise all of your activities through your API, and if there is any compliance mess of is there any abnormal activity in your algo, they will definitely point out to you. So that's what the relationship going to be. And algo providers are not regulated. It is simply written in that 4th February circular that algo provider will not be regulated by SEBI. That means you are simply out of the purview of SEBI and its compliances, SEBI and its regulation. It is as simple as that. So again, I'm saying, this is a two-way sword. Number one, it could be a very, very big opportunity if you are not a research analyst, and or being a research analyst, you surrender your research analyst certificate and move into algo provider space. Then you are completely out of all the compliances, and you can earn handsomely through your algos. I can understand that you need to disclose your algos to everybody and it can be copied, but yes, it is all about your mind that how many best performing algos that you can produce. Okay, so that's how it is. This is a big opportunity in this sense, and it is going to create a big competition for you as well, because a lot of people, especially the fin influencers and the unorganized sector, is going to come into this space as a white box algo provider, and they are going to get themselves registered with exchanges. So it is a two-way sword. It is up to you how you are going to tap this opportunity being a research analyst. Okay, so white box is another big area which is going to come very, very soon, and this is going to create huge competition, especially in the space of short term trading, intraday trading, or FNO trading, or index trading. That's how it is going to be. Okay, so that's what I told you, that being an algo provider, you need to get yourself empaneled, means your algo empaneled with exchanges, and they will specify, the guideline hasn't come yet, but they will specify the empanelment criteria for algo providers. You only need to follow that criteria and get yourself empaneled with exchanges. And your broker, since he is a principal and he would be liable for your action, that's why he will do all the due diligence before onboarding you, or before onboarding your, or before giving you the API. Okay, so the broker will definitely do the due diligence, because he's the principal for you. Now another one, as an algo provider, what are your revenue stream going to be? You can share the subscription charges for your algo, and the brokerage that algo is generating. Okay, you can share that brokerage as well. As of now, SEBI has on that circular they have defined only these two streams of revenue, but innovatively you can see any other stream of income through your algo. Okay, it could be anything else also, which as of now I do not have anything in my mind, but yes, there could be some another innovative way to maximize your revenue. But as of now, specifically the subscription charges, and second is the brokerage from client. These are the two charges that you can share as an algo provider with your broker. Now only these two type of setups are allowed as of now: black box algo and white box algo. Black box is completely exclusively for you as a research analyst. For black box algo, you need to be a research analyst, but for white box, it is for every algo provider. They need not get themselves registered as research analyst, and that algo will be, the logic will be available to everybody. in white box algo. Now there is one question in that circular which got answered as well, that if you are a retail investor, okay, you are not a research analyst, you are not a typical algo provider, or you are not a pro algo provider. So you are simply a retail investor, but you have some IT knowledge and you have developed your algo. Okay, can you share that with the public? No, you cannot share that with public. If you wish to share any kind of algo with public, then either it has to be black box algo or it has to be white box algo. For black box algo, I told you the criteria: research analyst plus empanel with stock exchanges. And for white box algo, again, empanel with exchanges and get yourself associated with broker. In both the cases, you cannot share in both the cases. In the black box algo, you can share it with public, and with white box algo, you can share it with public as well, but through the broker, right? And the code will be visible. Now, as a retail investor, can you share it directly without getting empaneled yourself with exchange? No. Every algo has to be empaneled, whether you are going through the black box algo route or you are going through with white box algo route. In both the cases, you need to get yourself registered or empaneled with exchange. Both the algos, black box or white box, will be empaneled in exchanges, right? The only difference is that in black box algo, it is the exclusive property and you control the code. But in white box, the code is disclosed. That's how it is. So, but if you are a retail investor and you are not empaneled with any exchange, or your algo is not empaneled with any exchange, in that case, that is only available for your personal use and your family's personal use. So your family means spouse, dependent children and dependent parents, they can use that algo, and you can yourself use that algo as a retail investor if you are not registered or empaneled as a algo provider with exchange. So मीन्स सिंपल अगर लाइन में एक बोले तो, अगर जैसे ही आप पब्लिक के पास जाओगे आपको एक्सचेंज के साथ एम्पैनल होना पड़ेगा, लेकिन अगर आप अपना प्राइवेटली यूज़ करना चाहते हो एज अ रिटेल इन्वेस्टर, तो वो आपको एम्पैनल करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, लेकिन उसका एक्सेस सिर्फ आप अपने आप को या अपने डिपेंडेंट चिल्ड्रन, डिपेंडेंट पेरेंट्स और अपने स्पाउस को दे सकते हो. दैट्स द ओनली limitation for a retail investor if any algo is not registered with exchange. Now, what will be the role of exchange in this algo trading ecosystem? Number one, since your algo is registered with exchange, so they have the access, or they have tagged it with a unique identifier, so they can surveillance all the algo orders that are originating from your particular algo. Okay, so they have every algo uniquely identified, and they can track how much orders are generating in the system via your algo. So if there are an exceptional flow of orders or there are abnormal flow of order, they have the right to monitor it, and they have right to kill it at the time of order processing. So they have that kill switch with them. So they have the power to use that kill switch if your algo is generating abnormal number of orders or abnormal volume as such. Okay, so they have the complete monitoring and surveillance with them, and they have the power to kill switch to cancel the orders which are generated by your algo. So that's what it is, and you have to get yourself registered and get yourself empaneled as an algo provider with exchanges. That I have already talked about. As of now, the process has not been defined, but in due course it will be. And at that point in time, you can start yourself getting empaneled with exchange as an algo provider. So this is the schedule of implementation that all the standards will be defined by 1st of April 2025. This is the industry standard forum. This is again same ISF which in the circular of 8th January, SEBI has mentioned for the research analyst. And similar ISF, they will be implementing some kind of standard by 1st of April for broker and for this ecosystem. And this circular will be effective from 1st of August 2025. That means that you have almost, if we talk about 5 months as such, when everything will be sorted, guidelines will be there, and you can get yourself registered as a research analyst for black box algo, or get yourself registered for white box algo, either of one. Okay, so the provision shall be applicable from 1st of August, which means that empanelment will happen 1st August and thereafter. And as an algo provider, you will be able to provide your services through brokers API after 1st of August 2025. And if you are providing black box algo, you will be able to provide black box algo after 1st of August 2025. That's the implementation schedule. And let's see how it pans out in coming months. But I see this as a very big opportunity, especially the white box algo opportunity. The people who are not able to have a very good cost benefit equation in research analyst space, they can move into providing white box solution as a algo provider. And they can see this as an opportunity which is coming up in next few months. So that's all about it. The algo trading framework that SEBI has provided in 4th of February circular. I hope this will be valuable for you. Okay, and thank you so much, and keep watching this channel. You will have much more compliance and other opportunities update in coming days. Thanks.